6:43 now. New Orleans public school officials are working to address the gaps in internet access and connectivity for thousands of kids. The school system recently bought thousands of laptops. Joining me now to talk about this and the big change in their feeding program is New Orleans Public School Superintendent Dr. Henderson Lewis Jr. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys have a lot going on right now. I do want to talk first about one of the victims of COVID-19, who we believe is a victim, a 17-year-old in the state who was a New Orleans public school student. And we should say that the father of this student is saying that it wasn't coronavirus, so we're not really sure yet what happened here.
Yes, and anytime we lose a student in our school system, it's a very tragic event. Young people dying is very, very tough. And so at this time, our thoughts, of course, are with the family members and the school community at this time. Of course, we've had school employees also pass away from our schools. So this is a very trying time for us. And we just want to be there for our schools and our families at this time.
Sure, it's very difficult for everyone, but a reminder that it impacts us all. Let's talk about the distance learning programs that you guys have in effect right now for students. How is that going? And I understand you guys are helping that move along with laptops that you're distributing to students.
Yes, when we started understanding the potential crisis that was going to affect our community, NOLA Public Schools, we immediately started meeting with our school leaders to talk about what potentially would happen in our community. And so on March 13th, when it was said that schools would be closed, our schools had already started the work to be able to prepare to actually have learning to continue. And so for about the last 2 weeks, many of our students may have had packets. But I'm so proud of our schools that many of our schools have been able to start our online platforms to be able to remain in touch with our students, but also to continue to have those learning opportunities for them.
Great. And have those laptops already started being distributed to students?
So our laptops that the school board has actually paved the way for us to purchase are still on their way. Our schools are very, very creative. They found ways to, one, some of the inventory that they may have had already to support our families. Our families may have been able to get laptops from family members. And so I just want to be clear for the families that do not have the laptops at this time, our schools have found ways to make sure that learning is still continuing for those students as well.
Sure, you guys are definitely making it work. Let's talk about meal distribution, because so many kids in our area depend on going to school to get regular food throughout the day. You guys are now distributing meals twice a week. Tell us about those changes.
Yes. Well, first of all, we often say when things are good that our students continue to count on our meal program each and every day for breakfast and for lunch. And so as a community of schools, we are making sure that those meals continue because we know how important that those meals are. And so we are transitioning now only to 2 days a week. So yesterday we started that program, and so we provided 50,000 meals on yesterday. That actually was meals for our students for yesterday as well as today, and then they'll come back on Monday to pick up their meals for Monday and Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, students will receive their meals for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And we will continue to provide these meals until someone tells us we cannot.
Sure.
Because we know that those meals are so important for our students.
Yeah, we know it's difficult, but you guys are still finding a way to serve the needs of your students. Dr. Henderson Lewis Jr., thank you so much for joining us this morning.